Hey guys, John from SurfFX, and we're having a look at the new Nova Lightwind from North. Now, we're starting to see more and more Lightwind specific wings coming through. This one, North Sails, as in North Yachting Sails, they got a bit of a background and they can pull the tech from the other departments, which is pretty cool. And you're really starting to see the sail design start come through with this. First thing that they've done, they've got a looser leech on the trailing edge. So it allows the wind to spill out, just like the top of a windsurfing sail, and just like the modern kind of America's Cup sail. So they're really pretty sweet how they're designed to do that. Just keeping that efficiency in that driving forward. Basically, if you think of it as like an exhaust for the wind to go out the back end of this of the wing and just keep it driving forward. So that really helps with that efficiency. Second thing they've done, they're quite deep in the draft through the center, and they've done that for two reasons. One, they want to kind of get that power fairly balanced, so when you're holding it, it's not super backhand, not super front hand. So when you go into a jibe and you've got the wing above, especially too, it's balanced, so it's not really trying to pull one way or the other, because this thing starts to generate quite a bit of oomph, and you don't want it overpowering one hand or the other. So that deeper draft just helps it float, really. Now, that said, these are designed for light wind. You got three sizes: a 6, a 7, and an 8. You wouldn't have all three. A light person, say around 60 kilos, would go the 6. Someone around the 75, 70 kilos would go the 7, and then someone around 90 kilos or 95 kilos would go the 8. And that's it. And you'd have a different wing for your more high performance, high end, high speed one. Pretty cool how they've done that. So you can see here behind me, we do have a much more rounded profile. So we're trying to keep the tips from dragging. That's, when they're getting this big, especially if you're not super tall, you need that rounded tip shape. If you do touch, it's rounded, so it's not going to instantly dig in and pull you over, but keeping it out of the water is the best way to prevent that. So rounded tip shapes it is. The fabrics that they use as well, they use a different type of material and also a stiffer Dacron. So again, you want it to be nice and rigid because it's so big, and that deeper profile with the rigid setup really helps you not need to pump it, really. So it just kind of pulls. There's a lot of that force in the middle. The ripstop that they use is one that North have developed, and again, they've got a sail background, so their materials are quite light and rigid. They can spec them exactly the way they want for the application. In this case, the light wind. They've also got a little bit lighter weight bladder, similar that they've done on the kites now. So everything's managed to kind of get weight out of it. Reinforcing, like the little rub strips and stuff like that are on the front of their other wings, they've gotten rid of on these. So just trying to keep that weight down best they can. So on this wing, North used their new handle setup. Pretty nice. They're basically about that long, and gives you that kind of boom feeling without having the inconvenience of the boom, packing up and setting up in storage and things like that. It's a really nice contact feel, nice rubberized grip, but yeah, it just gives you that range of motion that you get without having just individual handles all the way along.